I recall that 15 years ago, Huilin Chi, a preacher of the Lotus Society, went to a village in the North District to promote the righteous Dharma and organized a family chanting class. Teacher Bingnan named it, Amitabha Class. At that time Huilin said to me, "There is a young woman in the Amitabha class named Yuzhi. Not only did she recite the lessons devoutly day and night, but she was also very enthusiastic to help the class." Hence, she had an inspiring response from Guanshiyin Bodhisattva to save her 4-year-old brother's life. At that time, they live in a village near a mountain. There is a fish pond near Yuzhi's residence. The water in the pond was more than 10 feet deep. One day when Yuzhi's 4-year-old brother came home from playing outside, her mother took a look at him. Her brother's face, hands, feet, hair, and clothes were soaked like a drowned rat and stuck to the mud. Mother knew in her mind that he must have fallen into a very deep pond. His mother asked him, "Why are you so wet?" The child said, "I was playing by the pond and accidentally fell into the water." "After you fell into the pond, how did you get up by yourself?" His mother hurriedly washed his body and changed clothes for him while wondering in her mind. The younger brother added, "When I fell in the deep pond, I saw a woman jumping into the water, picked me up, and put me on the edge of the pond. Then she took me home, but when I got to the door, she disappeared." His mother took her brother back to the pond and saw a puddle of water on the ground, which was not dry yet. She asked the women by the pond, "Which one of you jumped into the water and saved my boy?" Everybody denied, and no one knew it no matter how she asked. She asked the boy to recognize which one saved you. But this kid shook his head and said none of them. In order to repay their kindness, she asked all the women in the village but could not find one. A few months later, someone brought back some heads of prayer beads from Japan and took them to Amitabha Class to sell for 10 Taiwan dollars each. In the small glass, there was an extremely majestic Guanshiyin Bodhisattva. Yuzhi also invited one home. The whole family, men, women, old and young, were so joyful that they felt like they had received a treasure. Everyone was vying to see it. The boy was also vying to see it. As soon as he saw it, he immediately jumped for joy and shouted loudly, "Mom! The last time I fell into the pond, it was the woman in this rosary head who saved me." At that time, the whole Yuzhi family members suddenly realized and were deeply grateful for the kindness of the great merciful and greatly compassionate Guanshiyin Bodhisattva in rescuing those in distress. The above paragraph, the fact that Guanshiyin Bodhisattva manifested to rescue Yuzhi's younger brother from the deep pond was told to me by Huilin.